Welcome everyone. Today's our lecture topic is Kriya Kal, understanding of various pathological consequences in disease manifestation as per Ayurveda perspective. Actually, Kriya Kal is two words. That is the Kriya and Kal. Kriya means that to do or action, procedure or process. So in our Ayurveda, it is related to the treatment or chikitsa. Kal means the time. So basically, the meaning of the Kriya Kal, as per these words, Kriya Kal iti karma avsar, chikitsa avsar. So it means that Kriya Kal is the time to react, time to respond, time to treat. So whenever any pathological consequences are there, we should need to do any treatment or approach some procedures, either preventive or therapeutic, whatever the surgical approach are there, whatever the stage procedure is needed, we should apply to arrest that pathological consequence for the further proceeding. So it may be the preventive, it may be the therapeutic approach, it may be the surgical approach. It means that Kriya Kal give a idea about the when and how to deal with the pathological consequences, or it also enable us to know about the either the disease is curable or incurable, either it is easy to treat, either it is difficult to treat. So whatever the our approach are there, so whatever the approach are needed according to the pathological sequences or pathological stages that disease is under that changes, we should need to take the specific approach in order to treat that disease or pathology, or in order as a virtue of the to mitigate that condition from the root cause. So it is about the basic of the kriya kal. Actually, the whatever the three biological energies are there in our body, vata, pitta, and kapha. So they are spread and it pervade in each and every aspect of our body. So they remain present in every cell, tissue, whatever the structure which are present in our body. So remain present and pervade into the each and every aspect. But Acharyas has explained it their specific location also, their own specific location. For example, Kaf is remain presented predominantly in Ura and Amase place, and Pit is predominantly present in the Pachamanas, and Vat is predominantly localized their own region, that is the Pakwas. So if they are remain present equilibrium normal states in their own region, so they may represent the healthy condition of the our body. Basically, each and every dosha is constantly produced and eliminated through our body from their concern porous structures or chidras. So, so basically, if it is do so in this way, there may be no accumulation of the dosha is take place. But if any abnormality is there in their elimination process, or they in their uh, in their production process, or if we follow the diet regimen excessively which are similar to that concern dosha, so concern dosha may accumulated in their own region and they exhibit the specific signs symptoms. So if we by observing that sign symptom, we should do some specific procedure in order to prevent that pathology to further procedure, or to further move into the further stage, or to move into the to become more stronger. So it means that if we take care in this initial stage, it may not proceed to the further condition. So if you are neglect this condition, or we are miss this condition, it may proceed to the further stage and become more and more stronger, and may and eventually may manifest the disease. And even we are not take care in that condition, it may further proceed to the further pathological consequence and and become incurable in that last stage. So what are that stage in which that we can understand the what is the early stage, what is the manifestation of disease stage, what is the bed or in which we should the disease is become more strong, or it which may be lead to the incurable condition. So what are that stage, we try to understand about each and every stage of that kriya kal. First, basically, Sushrut has explained the six stages for the pathological consequence for the manifestation of the disease. They are the Sanchayam cha Prakopam cha Prasaram Stan Sansrayam Vyakti Vedam cha Yoveti Doshanam sa Bhavet Bishak. So they are Sushrut explained the sixth stage, that is Sanchaya Prakop Prasar Sthana Sansara Vyakti Veda. So every physician should know about this pathological consequence, because without knowing about these stages we cannot perform the specific procedure for that for the arrest of that stage or for the treatment of that disease. So we should have a proper knowledge about the sixth stage in order to treat the disease in the proper way. So Sanchay means that accumulation. Prokop means that aggravation, excitation of the accumulated dosha. Prasar means the dissemination, distillation, and spreading, overflow, or spill out. Sthana sansraya means the localization. Vyakti means the manifestation, in which the disease become manifested. We can identify the what type of the disease is there. And Bed means disruption or explosion, the final stage in which in which may disease may become incurable, or there is surgical interventions are needed in this stage. Now we try to understand one by one of this stage. First, what is a sanche? So sanche means samvata iti sanche. Prakarshen chaya sanche. Chayo vruddhi swadamne pradesho vruddhiesu viprut gunecha sanche. So it means that sanche means that gradual accumulation of the dosha in their own place. This is the first stage of the pathology in disease manifestation. Whenever you follow the, so what are the physiological factor which lead to the sanche? So basically, so whenever you follow the diet and regimen which are similar to that dosha, that is sarvada sarva bhavanam samanya vruddhi karanam. So whenever you constantly and excessively follow the diet regimen which are similar to that concerned dosha, so the concerned dosha may be accumulated in their own region. So in the same way, there is some seasonal effect or also is there. For example, so in the vata is accumulated in the Grishma Rutu, Pitta is accumulated in Varsha Rutu, Sisir is accumulated in the Kaph is accumulated in the Shishir. They are the favorable for this particular for dosha accumulation of that concerned dosha. So on the basis of this physiological factor, the concerned dosha may accumulated in their own region, and thereafter they exhibit their accumulated sign symptom. On the basis of that, or by observing that sign symptom, we come to conclusion that concerned dosha is accumulated in their own region. So that what are that sign symptom? That is vata sabdapurna koshtata. It means the stiffness and fullness of the abdomen. What are the Pitta? Pittabhasa Mandoshmata. Pittabhasa means that the person is visualize everything in yellowishness in color. So in the whatever surrounding surroundings are there, he visualize that everything in yellowish color. Mandoshmata. There is a reduced digestive fire action. And what are the kapha chaya lakshan? Changanam goram alashyata, heaviness in the body, and alashyata, laziness feeling. So these are the concern sign symptoms whenever the concerned dosha is accumulated. So the basic sign symptom for the sanchaya is the chai karan vidvesh cheti linganam bhavati. So it means that so whatever the dosha is accumulated in our body, so through that the person, the individual is try express the aversion toward that concerned dosha attributes, and he wish to take the or consume or follow the those diet regimen which are opposite to that accumulated dosha. So it is about the sanchaya avastha. Sanchaya is the for initial stage of the kriya kal, or this is the first stage of the pathological consequence for the dosha for the disease manifestation. Now we move on to the avastha, second kriya kala avastha, that is the prakop. Prakop means that excitation of the accumulated dosha or aggravation. So whenever you neglect the sanchaya avastha, or whenever you not do the any diet regimen to mitigate the sanchaya avastha, so due to the getting the favorable exciting factor, sanchaya avastha lead into the prakopa avastha. So basically, Dalan says that Vruddhi Dvida, Chay Lakshan and Prakop Lakshan. So it means the Vruddhi has a two stage. First is the Chay and next is the Prakop. So Chay means that the initial stage of the accumulation. Prakop is that this is the final stage of the accumulation. So basically, so Prakop is the stage in which that the dosha is accumulated maximum in their own region. Further accumulation of dosha may lead to the overflow or spill out from that stage. So that Sahadi Rupa Vriddhi Chaya. It means that gradual accumulation of the dosha within their own region, that is called as a Sanchaya avastha. But further accumulation, or whenever that accumulated dosha become by getting the exciting factor, whenever the villain it is whenever it is for converted in the villain, means that whenever it is fermented, distillated, now it become the, and whenever it get the maximum level in that own region, so that condition is called as a Prokopos. So we will understand this in within the for different example. So whenever you take the solid ghee and in the pan, and whenever you heat that ghee, so it is get distillated, or it is converted into the melt form. So whatever that melting of that ghee by but by heating the that pan, so that condition is called as a Prokopavasa. That is the distillation, fermentation of the accumulated dosha. So in which that dosha is reached to the maximum level in that own region. So that is the Prokopavasa. The further accumulation of that dosha in that region, they lead to the overflow, or they are lead into the third stage, that is the prasar avastha. So we will understand with this stage in further example. For example, there is a heavy rain is there, and so gradually there is accumulation of the rainwater in the dam is take place. So whenever it is reached to the maximum level in that maximum level in the dam, so that is called as a that is danger level or the borderland. So up to that level is called as a Prokopos. But further accumulation of the water in that dam beyond that capacity, beyond that boundary land. So what happened? So we will open the dam gates. If we neglect, if we not do so, so the water may the rainwater, the overflow water may break that the dam, and they overflow from the overflow, and they reach they spread throughout the bridge and enter into the village street. So this spreading is take place. So whenever we do not do any procedure to arrest that stage, or where so whenever the rainwater is not stop, or whenever for the further accumulation of the water in that condition, that may break, that may be lead into the prasar avastha or spreading or come out from that dam level and enter into the villages or houses. So that condition is called as a pressure. The further accumulation beyond the capacity may lead to the pressure avastha. And further example, you will see these glasses. So gradual in first three glasses indicate the gradual accumulation of the water in the glasses. So whenever it reaches the that maximum level, that is the fourth glass, that is called as the Prokopavastha. So whenever you add the further water in that, what happens? The water is spill out from that was glass. So that is called as a prasar avastha. So it is about the prakop avastha with the example. Now we understand about what type of the symptom may arise whenever the dosha is in the second kriyakal stage or in the prakop avastha. Tesha prakopat koshtuto sancharanam अम्लिका पिपासा परिदा अन्न द्वेष ऊर्ध्योत्कले तथा द्वितीय क्रियाकाल. This is the second क्रियाकाल. So in the vata there is a pain in the gut and movement of the vayu with the bowels. And pitta, that is sore irritation, thirst, burning sensation. And kapha, that is the aversion towards the food, excessive salivation in the mouth. So it is about the prasar, this is about the prakop avastha. Now move on to the stage, that is the third kriya ka. So pressure. So we are and tesha. So how the pressure is take place, and what are the causative factor which lead to the kriya kal to enter into the third stage. तेषाम् एबि आतङ्कविशेषे प्रकोपितानां पर्युषितकिन्वोदकपिष्टसमवाया एव उद्रिक्तानां प्रसरो भवति तेषां वायुगतिमत्वात् प्रसरणहेतुः सति अपि आचैतन्यसायि रजोगुह्यं रजजप्रवर्तकं सर्वभावान्. So the damaged dosha in the prakop avastha, if not treated well, they aggravated further by favorable etiological factor. Due to this, they expand and overflow the limit of their respective localities. In this same manner as the starch, yeast, water kept standing over the night, ferment and rise through the acquisition of new and unseen attributes. Though the Vayu is inanimate thing, but being possessed of locomotion property, it is responsible for the expansion and overflow of the dosha. The quality of rajas is enable the Vayu to do so, which is the considered as a activator of all. So it means that whenever you not take specific procedure or treatment, and when you neglect the sanchaya avastha, it lead to prakopa avastha. Even you are not taking care of that prakopa avastha by getting the favorable exciting factor, that dosha, that prakopa dosha is lead into the pressure. It means overflow of the dosha is take place. It means that the spreading of the dosha through by the different channel into the different organ is take place. So it is about the pressure avastha. So in this way, the aggravated dosha leave their own site and spread to the other parts of the body through different channel, and aggravated dosha spread to different places and produce the following signs. The sign symptom तत्र प्रकोपितानां प्रसरता च वायुविमार्गगमनम् आटोप ओष चोष परिदा धूमायनं पित्तस्य आरोचकम् अविपाक अंगसात चर्दी श्लेष्मानं लिंगानं भवति तथा तृतीय क्रिया काल. So the vata move in different place, other side, and other than their own region, and that is called a regurgitation. Atho means fluctuation, flatulence or gurgling. Pitta, osh. Osh means that localized burning sensation. Chos means a sucking type of the pain. Parida, burning sensation of or burning sensation all over the body. Dumayanam, feeling of the hot flames coming out from the stomach. Cough, arochak, anorexia. Avipak, indigestion. Angasar, lassitude. Chardi, vomiting. So this type of the sign symptom may arise whenever you neglect the Prakopavastha, and after that they lead into the prasar. Thereafter it is exhibit this type of a sign symptom, and based on observing the sign symptom we come to conclusion that the dosha, the pathology is in the third state, that is the prasar avastha. So normally, so कुपितानं दोषानं शरीरे परिधावति यत्र संकावेन व्याधि तत्रो उपजाय. So in this way, so that whatever the excited dosha is there, so they by leaving their own region, they spread throughout the body by approaching the channels. So by moving through this channel, whenever this they stuck or struck by the any abnormality of that channel, so they localize the that localize into the that the whatever the local dosha is there. Thereafter they try to this initiate the damaging of that dosha. So and dosha and try to manifest the disease. So if the dosha is uh, mild, so the dosha prakop is mild, means the disease is mild, so it may not produce the disease. But if it is it's strong, they by damaging the that those or by getting the excitation factor, so they by localizing into that dusha it in case when or in course of time that excited dosha by getting the suitable cause, it lead to manifestation of the disease. So dosha normally the gati. So whatever the movement of the dosha, the spreading of the movement dosha is take place. So the spreading, the movement is basically classified into the three gati way. That is udva, ado, and triya. So dosha takes any one of the following three courses. The udva gati. Whenever it is approached to udva gati, the ENT related disease, Chardi, Swaska, Ikka concern disease may arise. So whenever you approach the Adogati, Atisa, Slipat, Costoxis, like disease may arise. So whenever it approach the Tiryak Gati, Charmavadi, Akshepak like disease may arise. So basically, dosha also move to the whatever the prasar avastha dosha is there, they also move to the different place with the help of the vayu, either alone or in the combination are as follow. And it is the 15. It means that dosha, that whatever the prasar avastha dosha is there, so it may uh, spread throughout the body by the help of the vayu alone or in the combination of the other dosha. So on the basis of the which dosha is concerned, or dosha uh, is dosha is take part in the prasar avastha, on the basis of that related sign symptom or related disease may arise. So what are that 15 type of the prasar? That is the vata prasar, pitta prasar, kapha prasar, rakta prasar, vata pitta prasar, vata kapha prasar, vata rakta prasar, vata pitta kapha prasar, pitta rakta prasar, कफ रक्त प्रसर वात पित्त रक्त प्रसर पित्त कफ रक्त pressure, वात पित्त कफ pressure, वात कफ रक्त pressure, and वात पित्त कफ रक्त. So on the basis of the involvement of the dosha, so in the pressure, the concerned sign symptom or concerned damage will be take place in the dosh and dusya samurchana. On the basis of the concerned symptom may arise. On the basis of that, we should approach the proper treatment on the basis of the dosha involvement in that disease or in the manifestation of that disease. Now we discuss about the what about the dosha dusya samurchana, and what is the importance of these different stages in the kriya kal. So we already discussed about the kriya kal has a six stage as per the sushrut. That first three are the Sanchaya Prakop Prasar. Last three are the Sthana Sanchara Vyakti and Bhed. So these six has a particular importance are there. First three are called as a Dosha Kriyaka. Third stages are called as next three stages are called as Vyadi Kriyakal. It means that Sanchaya Prakop Prasar are called as a Dosha Kriyakal, in which that there is no Dosha Dusha Samuchana is there. In the Vadi Kriyakal, there is an initiation of the Dosha Dusha Samurchana, and there is a completion of the Dosha Dusha Samurchana, and there is a further adherent or adamentation of the Dosha Dusha Samurchana is there. So it means that first three stages are called as a dosha kriyakal, in which that there is no dosha dosha samuchana is there. It means that normally for the manifestation of the disease there is a need to dosha dosha samuchana. It means in the first three stages they are the called as a pre-formation of the dosha dosha samuchana stage. So in this stage they prepare the dosha dosha samuchana concern for faculties or formulation, so which further pathogenesis in that stage may lead to the may give the assistance for the dosha dosha samuchana. It means the manifestation of the disease. So that is why the first three stages are called as a preventive, in which we need to use the preventive aspect or preventive approach to treat the condition, to treat the pathology. In the last three stages, we should approach the therapeutic approach, or we should to approach the disease concern approach, or we need to approach the surgical approach in to treat the pathology. And first the whenever the dosha is in the first three stage, it is easy to treat, but whenever it is lead into the further stage, that is Vyadi Kriyakal, it is difficult to treat. That is about the significance of the first three stages and last three stages. So normally those Sanchaya Prakop Prasar Avastha may be considered as a stage of the those Kriyakal, as we discussed, because in this stage any in this stage any of the dosha, if in this case any of these dosha get disturbed and dosha have not get been, it means that in this stage whatever the dosha are there, they are remain in their own, they are not disturbed or they are not damaged the dusha. But in the further stage there is a vitiation, or there is a dosha dusha samuchana of the uh, those dusha samuchana is take place in the sthana sanchare vyakti and beda avastha. So the first three stage are easy to treat, but later stage are called as Vyadi Kriyakal, because they concern with the manifestation of the disease. So they are the Sthana Sansara Vyakti and Veda. They are difficult to manage, get even more aggressive and damage even more to the dhatus. So it is about the sthana, prasar and signification of the dosha kriyakal and vadi. Now we move on to the fourth stage, that is sthana sansray. So sthana samsray stage of the damage of dhatu and lodgement of the dosha in the dhatus, stage of the premonitory symptom or stage of the prodromata of a disease. That is the sthana sansray. So in which that it is indicate the purvaru, right? It indicate the future manifestation disease. So this is the purva roop of the disease, that is the premonitory signs symptoms are arise in this condition. It is called as the initial dosha dusha samuchana stage. So what about the sign symptom which is arised in this particular stage? We will come to understand about that stage. So whenever the kupitanam doshanam sharire paridava yatra sankavebhina vyadi tatro upajayate. So, so whatever the excited doshas are there, whenever we move throughout the body by approaching the a specific concern channel, by doing so, so whenever they get obstructed due to any abnormality to channel, so they are become localized into that dushya, and they try to, or they initiate the damaging of that dosha, and there is a initiation of the dosha samuchana is there is mean that there is initiation of the dosha manifestation is take place. So normally whenever this type of the uh, stage is take place, what are these that sign symptom which arise or on the the stan, whatever we mean, understand sthana means that place. Samsray mean to get localized. It is the fourth stage of the pathogenesis. So that the aggravated dosa which are circulating all through the body to become obstructed to by get due to any abnormality in that channel, and they localize into that dusha, and thereafter they damage that dusha, and there is a dusha samuchana is take place, and it means that there is interaction reaction between the dosha samuchana is take place, which is the mandatory for the disease manifestation. So whenever depending upon the organ in which the dosha visitation is take place in the fourth stage of the pathogenesis, that disease manifestation manifested in that organ. So they are discussed as following. एवं प्रकुपितानां तस्ताच शरीर प्रदेशानगम्यं तस्थानं व्याधि जानयन्ति ते यदोदर सन्निवेश कुर्वन्ति तदा गुल्म विद्रदि अग्निसंग अनः विसूचिकातिशय प्रभृति जानयन्ति बस्तिगत प्रमेय अस्मनि मूत्रगात मूत्रजोष प्रभृति मेडगत निरुद्ध प्रकाश उपदन सुकुदोष प्रभृति प्रभृति गुदगत बगंधर अर्श प्रभृति वृषणगत वृद्धि उद्वजत्रुगत उद्वजान त्वक मास शोणितगत शुद्ध रोग कुष्ठ विसर्प च मेदोगत ग्रंथि अपचे अर्बुद गलगन अलजी प्रभृति अस्थिगत विद्रदि अनुसाय पादगत स्लीपद वात शोणित वात कंटक प्रभृति सर्वांगगत जर्व सर्वांग रोग प्रभृति तेषमेव अभिनिविष्टानं पूर्व रूपं तम प्रति रोगम वक्षा तत् पूर्व रूपम गतेषु चतुर्थ क्रिया काल. It means that if it is the dosha samuchana is take place udar praise. So the example of the premonitory symptom of disease that Sweta or Santap Sarvanga Gram. So this is the Purva Roop of the Jwar. So whenever the person is suffering, or whenever he say that he is suffering with the Sweta or condition or Santap Sarvanga, it means that it indicates the in future he may suffer with the Jwara Rog or fever. and the Atisar, the Puro root of the Atisar, Rudnabi, Payu, Udar, Kukshi, Tod, Gatra, Ausat, Anil Sanirod, Vitasang, Adyaman, Avipako, Bhavishyata, Puro Saran. It means that whenever this type of sign symptoms are arised, so we can predict that the person may suffer with the Atisar in future. It means they need to take care of this condition to prevent the for manifestation of the Atisar Roga. Now we come coming on to the fifth stage, that is the Vyakti Avastha. Vyade Pravakta Rupam Vyakti. Vyakti Avastha is the fifth stage of the Kriya Kal. It is also called a manifestation stage. So in this stage, the sign symptom of the disease are clearly manifested and will indicate that disease. The disease is named in this stage of the pathogenesis. It means that the disease having with the full-fledged sign symptom. On the basis of this sign symptom, we can name the disease. Either it is the Shov, either it is Arbut, either it is a Granthi, Vidradi, Visarv, either any systematic disease, Jwar, Atisar. So they all, or we can, in this all disease, we can identify, we can name on the basis of this, what are the sign symptoms, full-fledged sign symptoms are called, they are called cardinal sign symptoms. Or this stage, therefore, this stage is also called as a Roop Avastha. The dosha dusha samuchana, which has commenced in the fourth stage, that is Dana Sansari Avastha, will come to a completion in this fifth stage. So, in which that now that those have got the they are stubbornly localized deeper into the dhatus. The those dusha damage is more in this compared to the fourth stage. So the disease like the Shop, Arbuz, Granthi, Visar uh, may indicate may represent their full-fledged sign symptoms, and systematic disease Jor Atisal will set in their clear-cut symptoms. So this is the stage of the Vyakti Avastha, or that is called a manifestation of the disease stage, or Rupa Avastha, in which we are able to identify the disease with their name. So what is a Sanche? So Sanche means Samvata iti Sanche. Prakarshen Chaya Sanche. Chayo Vruddhi Swadamne Pradesho Vruddhiesu Viprut Gunecha Sanche. So it means that Sanche means that gradual accumulation of the dosha in their own place. This is the first stage of the pathology in disease manifestation. Whenever you follow the so, what are the physiological factor which lead to the sun change? So, basically, so whenever you follow the diet and regimen which are similar to that dosha, that is sarvada sarva bhavanam samanya vruddhi karanam. So, whenever you constantly and excessively follow the diet regimen which are similar to that concerned dosha, so the concerned dosha may be accumulated in. Now move on to the sixth stage, that is the Ved Avastha. आता उद्वमेव तेष स अवधीर्णा व्रणभावमापन्न षष्ठ क्रिया काल ज्वर अतिशय प्रभुति दीर्घकाल अनुबंध तत्र प्रतिक्रिया मापो असाध्यत्वम उपयन्ति. Ved is the sixth stage of the Kriya Kal. So whenever you neglect the fifth stage, whenever you fifth stage get the favorable excited factor, it leads into the final sixth stage, that is the Ved Avastha, that is the disruption, explosion or manifestation of the complication. So in the fifth stage of the pathogenesis is not managed, it will proceed into the sixth stage. The Shop, Arbut, Granthi, Vidradi, Visarv, extra disease will get ruptured, and a permanent scar tissue will be formed at the site of the disease. The systemic disease like Jor, Atisar, extra will become chronic and stubborn if this stage also neglected. The disease become asadhya, that is the incurable. So in which we should take care of the disease and as well as the whatever the complication which are arise, and also need to for the need to intervention of the surgical approach if there is condition is arise such that the jwar is become jirna after the 21 days, that is the 3 saptaha. And whenever the atisar having this type of the complication, swas sul pipasar kshinam jar piditam visheshana ruddham atisar vinasti, whenever the atisar having this complication, it indicates that disease is incurable. So that is the final stage of the disease in the atisar. Now, significance of the Kriya Kal. What is the significance of the Kriya Kal? Normally, Sanchayapya dosha labante no uttara gati. Tetu uttareshu gatishu bhavanti balvantara. Kriya Kal na apya. So, the art of understanding is disease and its stage of the pathogenesis was probably explained first time in the Ayurveda in a very comprehensive manner in term of the Kriya Kal. It enables us to monitor the condition of the disease based on the stage of the disease, and the preventive measures can be applied to overcome the complication. Basically, Kriyakal is an objective approach of the Ayurveda acharyas helping for the clinical practice. The earlier a disease is diagnosed or detected, the earlier is to control it with little or no discomfort in Ayurveda planning with the help of the Ayurveda planning treatment. It means that if the disease is in the initial stage, it is easy to treat. If it is proceeding the further and further stage, it become more and more stronger, or it become more and more chronic. So we should not neglect or miss the earlier stage of the Kriyakal or pathogenesis. If we miss, it may lead to the further and further stage and may lead and become more and more complicated, having the different complication. So it means that we should treat the condition at the proper time and proper way. And Kriyakal may enable us to do so. Normally, in the different stage has a different approaches. Each stage are not treated similarly. We should use the proper approach to prevent or to mitigate the disease from the root cause, and the kriyakal knowledge enable us to do so to mitigate the disease from the root cause. How? Normally, in the Sanchaya Avastha, we need to follow the Nidana Parivarjan Vishesh Siddhant. And in the Prakop Avastha, we need to approach the Nidan Parivarjan Vishesh and as well as the Shodhan Chikitsa. And in Prasar Avastha, we should follow the particular procedure in order to prevent the disease to proceed in the further complicated stage. That is Sthanik Anyasthana Dosasya Balabana. We should take care of the which dosha is involved in the prasar avastha and which dosha is prasar in the movement way, or in which uh, stan it is enter, or in which to the stan the dosha is there. So there are the different approach are there according to sushrut. तत्र वायो पित्त स्थान गतस्य पित्तवत् प्रतिकार पित्तस्य कफ स्थान गतस्य कफवत् कफस्य च वात स्थानगत वातवत् क्रिया विभाग. So this is the approach according to Sushrut to mitigate the disease, to prevent the disease to further stage, to enter into the further stage. So, and according to Vagbhat, tatra anya sthana sansteshu tad ayam baleshu cha kuryat chikitsa. So it means that so on the basis of the bal of the sthanik and the prasar dosha, we should do the treatment according to the bal of that Sthanic and prasar dosha. If the sthanic dosha bal is high, we should first treat the sthanic dosha. If the prasar dosha bal is high, we should first treat the that prasar dosha. So this type of the clinical approach we should need to take care while treating the disease in the prasar avastha. Now, fourth, that is Sthana Sansara. In the Sthana Sansara, we should approach the Samprapti Vighatan treatment. So, you know which type of dosha samuchana is there. So, on the basis of that, we should follow the specific treatment which enable to Samprapti Vighatan and Vyakti. In the Vyakti, there is a disease manifestation state in which we should approach the Vyadhi Pratyanik Chikitsa. And last stage, that is the Bedavastha. In this stage, we should approach the Vyadhi Pratyanik Chikitsa, Upadrav Chikitsa. If it is needed, we should also approach the Salya surgical intervention. So, it is about the significance of the Kriya. So there is a. I want to conclude that the conclude the kriya kal that the earlier a disease is diagnosed or detected, the earlier is to control it with little or no discomfort by approaching the proper Ayurveda treatment, that is either preventive, either therapeutic, either surgical intervention. So it is about the Kriya Kal. Thank you.